What is up, guys? It's Shady Tech and I'm Alec. You know, nowadays people have been so caught up with all these new models coming up for mid-range or even high-end phone that cost like thousands of dollars or thousands of ringgit even. But they have overlooked past the entry level. I mean, we're living in 2018 now, and I can tell you guys that entry-level phone works just as good as a mid-range phone. And today we're gonna take a look at Honor 7A. I can tell you guys, this phone is definitely bang for the buck. You don't have to break a bank for it, but it just costs around 400 ringgit Malaysia, or less than 100 USD. And we're gonna take a look at the performance, camera, and everything. And I can tell you guys, it is so worth the money, even for this entry phone. And without further ado, let's get going with it.
Alright, first of all, let's quickly run through the spec of this phone. Well, this phone has a 5.7 inch with 18:9 ratio, and the screen ratio is 720 by 1440 pixels. It is an IPS LCD screen, and the CPU is Snapdragon 430, and the GPU is Adreno 505. Well, bear in mind that the variants that I got is 2GB RAM with 16GB of storage, and there's also a 3GB with 32GB of storage. And this phone spot a dual camera, 13 megapixel and a 2 megapixel for depth sensors, and it also has a 8 megapixel front camera with LED flash. And the battery on this phone is 3000 mAh battery. Alright, so let's start things off with the unboxing of the phone. As usual, you get the manual guide, the data, charging cable, 3-pin UK plug, and it's nice that Honor include a hard transparent case and a screen protector even on this cheap entry-level phone. Then we're gonna move on to the physical body of the phone. It is plastic with aluminum body, but doesn't feel like cheaply made though. For the one I have is gold, and there's also black and blue variants for the phone. Feels really light on the hand, despite have a 5.7 inch with 18:9 ratio. So people with small to average size hands should find this phone comfortable to hold even with one hand. Since it's using IPS LCD panel, the screen has no problem with viewing angle indoor, but it does suffer if viewing outdoor under direct sunlight though. Even on max brightness, you can barely see the screen display. However, the color reproductions appears to be quite vibrant and crisp. And browsing through webs or normal usage activity is quite smooth. The lags will only appear if you're scrolling too fast or have multiple apps running in the background. Probably a downside is the amount of bloatware apps pre-installed out of the box. The system alone with all those bloatware apps took up a whole 10GB of storage and leave only 6GB available. Can you imagine that? Only 6GB available out of the box, man. Thankfully though, you're able to delete those apps. So getting 3GB of RAM should fix this issue, because you have 32GB of storage available. And there's also double tap the screen to wake, which is a huge plus for me. I mean, not even some mid-range or high-end Honor phone have this feature. As to why they took out this feature, which is so useful, is beyond me. I don't know why. And the finger scanner is fast and responsive as well. Watching video is nice, but since it's using 18:9 ratio, you have to crop in the video if you wanna go full screen. The crop part doesn't appear that much though. It does come with a L3 security in DRM infos, which means you cannot watch Netflix or apps like that in HD. But anyway, this doesn't have like a full HD resolution, and it sports a 720p, so I think it's still decent enough for the quality, for the video quality if you wanna watch all those movies or whatnot. As for the speakers, it sports a dual speaker grills on its bottom, which provides somewhat decent quality. So just take a listen to this. The call quality is clean and decent, as well as its network signals. There's no data or signal drops during the time I've been testing this phone. This goes to the same as its Wi-Fi signal too. Overall, a good and reliable device for calls and network. Now, moving on to the gaming performance. You see 7A starts to lose its capability. Now don't get me wrong, it still manages to run normal like 2D platformers or casual games just fine. But it's just not powerful enough to run 3D high graphic demanding games, you know. As you can see, I'm playing Mobile Legends on minimum setting here, and there's frame drops from time to time. Well, same goes to other popular titles like PUBG, Asphalt, and all those 3D demanding games. The battery is mediocre to kind of okay for the most part. Having 3000 mAh, I would expect a bit better. I was getting about like 5 to 6 hours screen on time with, you know, the usual 4G network, watching some videos, texting on all those messengers, and a bit of gaming. Sometimes the battery tends to heat up a little bit though, even is on idle or, you know, screen off. I'm suspecting probably one of the many pre-installed bloatware is doing all this funky background overheating this phone. And as for the camera, this phone is able to capture quite decent looking pictures. The exposures, color accuracy and sharpness are all on point. Although the diamond mid-range with direct sunlight can be a hit or miss, as you can see in these pictures. But for the most part, the camera lives up to its honor. No pun intended. There's even a flash for front-facing camera. The selfie of me is without flash, and then the next one with minimum flash, and then now with maximum flash. Okay, so going to the video mode, it's capable of shooting full HD video. The video quality it produces is not the best, but the price range it is doing much better than I expect. So just take a look at this short video that I recorded. Video recording, and let's see how does it pick up my sound. And well, of course there's no image stabilizer here, but you can judge for yourself. How does the camera sharpness and everything looks like? So in conclusion, Honor 7A is a solid entry-level device you shouldn't be missing out. Sure, there are some hiccups in its performance territory, but there's so much more that it can offer than these little hiccups. For basic needs and usage, this device excels in many ways. And Honor managed share is retailing from 400 ringgit now, and it is worth every penny that you pay without breaking the bank. I'm Alex from Shady Tech. Until next time, peace out.